hate to break the fishing news after Remchuk, but I'd like to speak about the ice hockey.
Congratulations, you're one of the 13 listeners of the Real Life Podcast.
We just traded a migraine in for like an orgasm.
Might want to mark that down.
Yep.
All of my projects are on schedule until they're not.
A member of the Nation Network of Podcasts.
About as funny as we're going to get today.
Today, we forgive talking on the intro because it's about Moose Jaw winning the WHL. The Ed Schwinneth is coming home.
Sweeping.
Coming home. Only took 40 years. The 40-year anniversary of the Moose Jaw Warriors' existence.
So I think about not watching the WHL at all. I've been living through YouTube.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. As you should.
The last round against Saskatoon, correct me if I'm wrong, 6 of 7 went to overtime.
6 of 7.
And then a sweep in the finals.
Sweep in the finals.
The jaw must be buzzing.
Didn't we win the first Memorial Cup as the Canucks? 1948?
No, because the Canucks weren't in the dub. So the Warriors came, they relocated from Winnipeg.
And that was the first year, though, of the Memorial Cup, a Moose Jaw win?
No.
Oh, I thought I saw it was in an infographic that the dub.
Well, the Moose Jaw, well, because I guess I don't understand the history of the Mem Cup, but like
Go. You say memorial.
Gregor yelled at me on the radio.
And then Clark yelled at me when I said it. I mean, and then Wanye yelled at me when I said it.
Who cares?
Oh,
He pointed it to me live in the air.
Okay, but
Bite your tongue.
You know what? I'm talking as if I'm a Moose Jaw Warrior right now, and it's the Memby. Okay. Oh boy.
Taco in a bag.
Taco in a bag sales are through the roof on River Street right now.
Rosie's would have done bumper business.
Rosie's is about as big as this studio, but there'd be 300 people in it somehow.
What's Rosie's?
It wasn't there when you were in town. It's this cool little restaurant pub that's right near the arena.
That's all you need.
And it's like we.
Okay, what do you mean it wasn't there when he was there? Oh, it's like, is it newer or is it older?
It's newer.
Oh, Rosie's just sounds like it's
Newish,
from the
it's
80s.
Yeah,
probably-
Rosie sounds like an institution.
Because you remember the Rosies that were here?
Rosie's on River Street. It's I'm trying to, because we went for Smitty's retirement, which I can't remember when that was. 2017, 2016?
2015, 2014.
Oh yeah. So yeah, it's been open. So anyways, I don't know. Okay. The Memorial Cup. I don't know what leagues applied to it in its history, because there was the Moose Jaw Canucks, that's the team that Chris Chelios played. He never played for the Warriors.
Right.
He played for the Canucks.
Right.
But they weren't in the WHL. WHL team in Winnipeg folded, moved to Moose Jaw. So that's
in
40.
the 80s.
Yeah.
So they didn't compete in the WHL prior to that point?
No, Canucks weren't in the WHL. They're in some other league.
You gotta say one thing about Moose Jaw? All-time logo.
That's a great logo.
It's a great logo.
It's
a great
evolved.
logo.
I'm talking about the new one, the plane?
Well, it's a snowbird.
No, I'm talking about the old one. I know that we're in sensitive times, but
I don't know.
Well, if you see the Portland Winterhawks, like I totally changed their colors, everything.
Nothing drives me crazier than when a junior team just takes an NHL color and jersey and is like, well, there we go.
Yeah, that's fair. They're
Dumb.
obviously
To me, there's nothing derogatory about being called a warrior. That's a term of like respect.
Yeah,
I love it with like jerseys. Like I can't believe they changed their whole color scheme, and Moose Jaw Warriors all-time great logo. But I really go 6 to midnight when other podcasts from America like talk about best uniforms in sports at a round playoff time. It always comes up that the Oilers whites. The Oilers whites, people
They're crisp.
love them.
I just saw a fresh one the other day.
I got a fresh, uncrested one.
What was
Cheered
the bet
for every member of the Oilers?
Was this an ON everyday bet that you guys had? Because I don't know what bet this is that you slightly paid off, I guess.
I guess it's connected to Owen every day.
It went back to the first round when we were in Los Angeles. We were
Okay.
at a par 3 course.
Yep.
Had a great day.
Yeah.
Did 9. Went down to the beach.
Well, we had a bet. We had a bet in that first one. In the
bottle
first
of
9.
bottle of rosé.
Yes.
Bottle of rosé. I mean, me against Tyler. I had to give him 4 strokes, and he destroyed me without the strokes.
One
nice.
by 5 straight up.
Yeah.
You pulled the Chalmers like at the putting. Or
Yeah.
just
Then we went to the beach.
Then we went to the beach.
Yeah.
Had a little zen time on the beach. Watched
And
the waves
zen time.
come in. It was
Nice.
lovely.
Yep.
And zen time. And then they wanted to escalate the bet. Jay wanted his chance at revenge.
Okay.
So the stakes got raised from a bottle of rosé to a Dylan Holloway jersey. So
Either guy could win a Dylan Holloway jersey?
that's right.
I like this a lot.
So then we went back to that same par 3 course. Tyler's a lefty and they didn't have lefty clubs for him. So the bet kind of fizzled out there. So when we went to Vancouver, our man Captain Felton goes, well, guys, there's a pitch and putt in Stanley Park. Why don't we rekindle the bet there? And we did.
How'd that go?
I lost by 2 holes.
How's the jersey fit, Jer?
Good.
But it's not a Holloway. It's an
It's uncrusted. So we went to go.
Because they didn't have any H's, any A's, or any 5s for the back.
Yeah.
You're the fucking Oilers store.
Because Hyman's jersey's selling out big time, bro.
And Holloway.
H's and A's.
Holloway signed it, selling too.
Well, I'm just guessing.
Has to.
And 5s for CC then?
Darnell Nurse jerseys, moving units.
So yeah, we played for the Dylan Holloway jersey, and I had to make good on my bet. But I'll give Jay credit; he brought me to the game in his seats as a way to soften the blow of having to spend that kind of money.
He brought you to the game to buy him the jersey.
Pardon?
Well, it's a $250 loss.
Yeah,
Dude, what?
More than that.
And then cresting is how much? So for Mother's Day, I bought Erin what she's always wanted.
A new husband.
That would have been very expensive. No,
Did
she
you
wanted
take her
a
to the cleaners?
blue Zach Hyman jersey.
Respect.
Oh.
She's always wanted it.
I wanted it for a little bit.
Since before he was an Oiler?
no.
She saw him play. She saw him get drafted in the 6th round by the Panthers. I was like, if he's ever in Edmonton,
About the last
Blue
6 months, she doesn't just like him as a player, man. She loves him as a person because he's just a wicked guy, right? Like, and when you find those players that you love, you got to support them.
Yeah.
So she's wanted a Hyman jersey for a long time. So I went and I supported our friends at the Sports Closet
Well done.
because they had some out in St. Albert. I called around, man. There was not many to be had. And we have a little saying in our group chat where if something is a lot of money, we say, well, they don't give that away. And I'll tell you right now, they don't give away jerseys, man. They are expensive.
yeah,
And that's fine because it's like, it's something that she's now going to wear forever.
Yep.
One of the things I don't agree with that people say is, oh, if you get a jersey of a player and they get traded, you can't wear it anymore. That's not.
Nope.
No, I wear them at Letestu all the time.
And if you get a jersey from a certain era of a random player, that jersey is always in play. Like a Letestu jersey, I think you could wear for the next 30 years if you were so inclined.
Oh, and
Real-
just wait. I'm gonna resurrect at some point when the timing's right. My Jujar Kara.
Yeah.
Is there any
Sign.
jerseys though? Any Oilers? Let's just stick to Oilers because like obviously
Pronger.
wearing an OJ Simpson jersey, probably not a good idea.
the late OJ Simpson.
The
He
late-
was a hell of a running back.
Yeah, a Ray Caruth jersey is probably not the best idea.
Hernandez?
But is there any Oilers jerseys that if
Pronger.
when the player got traded, I knew you were going to say Pronger.
I
but
would
like,
rock a vintage Pronger.
I
think
would
so,
because
too.
of that era.
Look at the
that
face one
team.
it's giving you.
I'll
So-
never forgive you. I know who you interviewed at the radio station in the mall. I was there working.
Who would be the most hated Oiler to ever leave the Oilers?
Pronger.
Pronger.
Is that a runaway? Who's even close?
There isn't really anybody.
Yeah,
I guess
all
not,
the other
eh?
ones are just sags.
Yeah,
It's like
we
couldn't
railroaded
afford
you.
them.
Tom
Like Doug,
Bodie.
wait, we couldn't afford you. Sorry, like you're so
Cujo,
good.
same thing.
Could like just like there was some
Although-
sadness. Pronger like
You just signed that
almost
deal.
took us to the Holy Grail, and we could have just doubled down on it
Yes,
next year. The next year,
Todd
and
Harvey.
left,
That's
and
funny.
then went and won the cup.
We always say we ride the media drives people out of town, but
Only bum.
they never get hated.
No.
That's interesting.
Well, it's because it was so abrupt. Right after Game 7, he was still under contract with us.
What about a Mike Comrie jersey?
I
love that.
Our DJ downstairs, I saw him at the game. DJ Dean, the shit, wearing a Mike Comrie jersey.
I love a Mike Comrie jersey.
I go, oh, did you get that at a vintage store? He goes, what are you talking about? I love Mike Comrie.
It's just there was a lot of
Or one
controversy
step
with him
further,
leaving and coming back.
Paul Comrie jersey.
contract
legit.
stuff.
M.
Yeah.
Those are good.
I saw a guy sitting right in front of me at Game 4 was wearing a Bergeron jersey.
Respect.
Like scary, but also respect.
Like I can name
Agreed.
you, Chalmers, people that people didn't like when they left. Jeff Petrie.
We
Justin
ran him out of
Schultz?
town.
But I don't think if you
Ran
had
him
a
out of
Petrie
town.
jersey now, people are like, you're a
Devin Dubnyk.
Schultz. If you had a Justin Schultz jersey now, I don't think people would be like, you're a bum.
No, they would. Yeah. 100%.
Nick Schultz, I don't think so either. Remember the year there's the J in the end?
Yeah.
Of course.
Schultz and Schultz Incorporated.
That's my favorite for when you get too many of a player and you have to denote them with their first initial.
Patrick Russell, Chris Russell.
They
Connor
ever
McDavid,
played
Cam
something?
McDavid.
No.
Wayne and Brent Gretzky.
Did you see how much Pickard looks like a McDavid?
That
It is crazy, man. It's like they only have so many white hockey player molds at the factory.
Eventually, there's going to be crossover.
It was like, oh,
It's
yeah,
like
we
in
have
EA
900
Sports where they all just kind of like The players when you draft fake names and they all look the exact same.
I
There
thought
they-
that it was Calvin Pickard's wife lighting up social media. It's his sister,
Yeah.
Kelly Pickard, but she is. I've never seen a family member like that.
She's buzzing.
And she took her account private today. Super sad. I would imagine she was
you
getting.
know why?
Because everybody's attacking her.
Canucks fans are just unhinged.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So,
unfortunate.
but anyway, so that's a great segue into
Segue.
in Cal. Cal's our pal.
Segways never really
Pal
took
is
off.
our pal.
Okay,
You know
so-
whose pal he's not? Tyler's.
Oh, you're so full of shit.
Well, he's not really your pal.
I had to go sit on Owen every day.
Had
while
to.
He's
Had
trying
to.
to create circumstances in which Skinner comes back.
Okay,
I
just listen.
host a talk show. I was
He's got to
talking.
talk about it. He's got to talk about
You
it.
cannot start Cal Pickard for the rest of the fucking playoff.
Oh,
If we're winning,
ask
still-
Jay Pickard over here.
Are you going to
Guys?
get rid of Skinner and he's no longer your starter?
Yeah.
Guys,
But
let's
right
slow
now-
down.
Right now, to get through this series,
Slow down.
if
I'm gonna
we
kill
win-
him.
Well, here's the
I
thing.
would
It is game
slow
by
down.
game, but right now we're in this series, and Cal just
Then just relax.
Cal just got us
we
the
will
dub.
we'll get there.
But just Chalmers, just
We're
wait.
not. Last time we yelled at each other, the Oilers won. So
No,
say
I
we
know,
just
but-
gotta go.
Cal just got us a W, posting exactly his average for the regular season.
905.
Coincidence?
909. Was it 905? It was 905.
I've got the photo. I'll go look. I'm pretty sure it's 909.
It was 905.
So,
This guy doesn't know what he's
let's
talking about.
get-
But he gets the W. So Chalmers.
Well, what? I'm not fighting with you. I'm just asking you to slow down.
I'm explaining everything.
I know you are, but too early.
Just randomly high five. Because I pointed
Because he's a handy talker.
Jay
Took a
was
quick high
gesturing with his
five.
hands and Tyler took it to be an unrequited high five and high five.
Tyler will
Mid-argument
never-
high five.
So
He never wastes an
So
opportunity for a high
would
five.
you not agree Pickard deserves to start tonight?
No shit.
Yes.
Walk down the path with me here.
Well, I want to get there. I want to get
But
there.
do you not agree?
If
'Cause
you're
we're now
going to
also
make
talking
me
about-
answer my
'cause
question before we talk about the
overarching
last game,
question is,
yes.
do you ride him throughout the entire playoffs now? Like that's a different question. So you
2-2's a totally different animal than 3-1 at 2-2 after the game he had a 905 or 909 save percentage. You 100% put Cal back in.
Yes.
You see how he goes, but
Now here's the circumstance. Okay. Oilers win or lose this game 2-1.
sure.
Sorry. Yeah. Well, I'll actually say this. Oilers lose tonight 2-1. And Pickard has
905,
40
910.
saves
Yeah, okay.
or takes 40 shots. Do you start him the next game?
This is where
But
we're
want
getting
your opinion.
to.
What's your opinion?
It depends on how it looks because
But well, he just had a 950 or whatever.
we dominated them.
okay
in game four.
I under Chalmers we did, but remove that aside. We're just
Did
isolating
Cal
goaltending right now.
Pickard play lights out? Did you look at him and go,
Did he make a save at crucial times? Yes. Did
did
he make some saves? And I'm like,
you have the utmost confidence throughout that whole game that he was going to get it
once
done?
my overarching nerves settled down, I was like, hey, Cal is
There was a
locked in.
lot of nerves. There was a
But I was
lot of
minor.
nerves.
I calmed down. I was happy.
I
I was
calmed down.
confident.
He was a rock there.
Did the boys look like they played more
defensively?
defensively structured,
Yes.
blocking more
like
shots?
Leon chugging it
did
back
you-
to
did-
break up a 2-on-1?
Did you simply see the battle level in front of our net from our defense endman and our center? If
Yes.
that's what it takes, put Pickard. I'm fully on the Pickard
Yeah.
train right now. I'm in
Okay.
it. I'm in.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
but we're also in until we're
But I
not.
wasn't blown away because at 2-0,
But he was steady.
sure, at 2-0, he hadn't really been tested all that much. I can't think that the high danger chances were all that high at like the 15 shot mark.
There was a couple. He made a couple really good saves.
And
was
then
Steady.
that's all we need.
he was
though.
steady. I mean, they bounce one off. A testament to get pucks on net. They bounce one off of Darnell's heel, right? Just getting a puck on net. Shot from the point, seeing eye puck, not much you can do about it. The 2 goals, they're not, I wouldn't say they're his fault, but at the same time, he wasn't tested with multiple shots and having to there would be a shot and those boys with their battle level would clear that rebound, right?
Mm-hmm.
So at 2-0, we're all feeling good. Obviously, 2-1, they score that goal, and you're like, okay, I don't like this feeling. We have a fucking game here. And when they score, it was the height of intensity for me, like tenseness. I didn't know which way it was going to go, where in times I've had the utmost confidence, but I knew we were outplaying the shit out of them. Like, it was evident. We were in their zone. There was that
like
one spell, the beginning of the third, when they decided to go super defensive and not pressure on the forecheck and shit. I was like, this is how you lose games. This is the mindset that loses you games. Mm-hmm. But they pulled it out. So, like, am I impressed? If Cal goes out tonight, we lose 2-1. He's a 930 save percentage. And visually, it looks great. I will say, ride the hot head. Continue. Because right now, to put Skinner back in is like, yeah, I told you 905. To put Skinner back in right at this moment is to basically say, thank you for giving him a night off, but we're going to go back to the uncertainty.
I feel like there's more uncertainty with Skinner.
I feel like he's
with Skinner. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. With Skinner, there's way more uncertainty.
Right now, it's like,
and look at how the team responded.
It was a combined. Like, Cal was steady and made the saves when he needed to, and the team played better. So, like, that the decision to put Cal in net, it forced both outcomes. Team play better, and also we thought he would come and just give us a steady performance. Not a rock star, steady.
And it was steady, but the team also played.
But it's
super different, right? So Tyler.
No, but Chalmers, now, okay, you've gotten your chance to go on your rant.
No. I just wanted to. I like the foreshadowing.
The
yes. Okay. So now that the foreshadowing is out of the way.
So if it's 2-1, they lose, but he has a north of 930 save percentage.
Stick with him for game 6.
Okay. Now Oilers win 6-5, and he lets in 5 on 20.
By the way,
it's the eye test at that point.
Did I not articulate it the right
perfectly?
way?
But I'm just putting forward. This is exact. I brought up this conversation on Oni, and this is what Jay's mad about. Is me having this conversation.
But it's because he's trying to steer a narrative and get Stu back in the net.
No, I'm not.
That's right. Let's just enjoy our time with our pal Cal.
I'm wondering out loud if there's a world where we see Skinner again in this series.
Here's a world where we see Skinner again. We go into the second period and it's 4-0 Vancouver. Then we see Skin again.
But Oilers win 6-5.
Why are we talking like this?
I don't know.
Oilers are going to win.
Well, this is what Tyler does to us. Exactly. Because Cal's our pal.
6-5.
Because he's got to talk, because he runs a talk show, and he's got to fill air.
If the Oilers had got 905 through the first 4 games,
it'd be a sweep.
6-5. It depends. We win 6-5.
Mm-hmm.
It depends. 2 things.
So
how did the team play defensively in front of him?
Mm-hmm.
And how were the goals scored? Did he stand on his head? But those 5 were, again, pucks on net that bounce off. They have to pass the eye test. What, you don't have the eye test and the smell test where you're from?
What if both goalies tear their ACLs in warm up?
Oh my God.
What happened?
If you go with Pickard from here on in,
and Shannon Savados comes in and takes us all the way
from
to
the rafters,
the
like
E-bug.
Sting in the WWE.
Who's the Vancouver E-bug?
while we're paying for Jack Campbell and we're playing Pickard in playoffs.
That's right.
As a man who's currently converting my whole house into California closets, we got to get rid of Skinner. Do not give me this bullshit in the start of next year.
No.
Yeah, and then he goes on to be Dubnik again. And he goes and takes teams to the playoffs and shit.
This is the end of his career as an Oiler.
No.
Look at the lengths you've had to go to try to patch your crappy goaltending.
Here, let me finish.
But shut up. You had to put $30 million at fucking Jack Campbell because your goaltending sucks. And now you're telling me Pickard's in net in the playoffs and we need him the most? How can you go to
the mistake is signing Jack Campbell.
But how could you go to Skinner in the new year and be like, this is your team again in the fall?
But
when we needed you down the stretch, we had to go.
We still don't.
It's true. I mean, I see what you're saying.
We don't know how this is shaping up yet.
I also think that there for Skinner too, like it wasn't the plan for him to be the starter right now. It's supposed to be Jack Campbell. He was thrust into that role, whether he was ready or not.
This was supposed to be year 2 of Skinner being the 1B to Campbell's 1A.
Yeah.
Next year, beginning of a peaceful transition of power. And then years 4 and 5, it's like, hey, we got an expensive backup, but a cheap young starter. Like, it still is. Skinner's ahead of the plan still.
How are those?
If we can convince ourselves that Pickard is the answer right now, we are drinking our own bath.
But this is what we do.
You got it.
Hey,
Kool-Aid goes down smooth.
Question: how are those stew and soup shirts selling on ON?
Like crazy.
I bet you they are flying off the shelf.
We should launch a Pickard and no one.
I went to put my
Cal versus everyone.
Luke won one of those in Jasper at 2 years ago. Whatever.
Yeah,
when it was relevant.
I grabbed a shirt from the other day and I grabbed that one and I look at him like, Yeah, I don't think you're gonna be wearing this.
My
shit to
favorite
school.
one was
That's what on
we
the
had
show.
Ben Scrivens and Victor Fost, and we released arguably one of our greatest teas when it was 99 problems, but a goalie ate one.
Because they played out of their heads.
I don't even
in the
remember
preseason
Victor
draft.
Okay,
Fost.
so Chalmers.
Answer.
Yeah.
6-5.
Victory.
Oiler victory. Who's your goalie next game?
Pickard.
And
You ride the hot hand.
even if he lets in 5. For me, if you're getting W's, why mess with it?
and especially if it's 5 goals, the most shots he would face is like 40, which gives him what, an
but
850?
in this instance, in this circumstance, he only faced 20.
Like that's
20
my
less than
argument
5.
was pick
Oh,
like
God,
if Pickard's
that's
bad and they
that's
win, what do you do? Just for,
Dubs.
Well, I look at he has one game over 900 and one game under 900, where Stu in the past 2 years has 11 under and 2 over.
My view on this is that he didn't let in the 6th.
Okay.
Right? Like
The
that's
Grand Fear method.
the Grand Fear math. Like, didn't let in the 6th. Let the boys, held them to 5. Let the boys get that 6th. And move on.
Is there any reading into, because the boys clearly played one of the best games of the playoffs last game. In my opinion, it was maybe 2 or 3. It was the second or third best game they had played.
90% of that, 85% of that game was rock solid.
Yeah. Except for when they had that prolonged.
Yeah.
So, and then we see the bench when they score. And we
I
see
don't think you
Stu,
can read
and
into
we
that
see
one too
Captain
much.
Connor turn around, give a hug, turn
Oh.
back, and doesn't go straight to Stu. He just kind of stands there. Stu's left on an island.
left hanging.
What are we
But he's
are
sitting
we
on an
reading
island.
into
That's
that?
a whole weird thing, right?
Is that the tough love that Captain Connor's got to give to a goalie?
You
to
are
get him-
making up a narrative. You are
Man,
falsely creating
You
something.
have gone
We're
entirely
way in the
Chuck's dojo, haven't you?
Even I think that's insane. But I'm down to have a conversation about it.
Listen, okay, I think you go Knoblauch to Connor after that 6-5, and you go Connor. As the
What
team
was that?
still have confidence
What was
in
that vortex?
Cal. Are you guys
It was the release.
Oh.
are you guys responding to Cal? I think you really have to get the players' voice on this.
I still firmly believe the Edmonton Oilers will win the Stanley Cup this year.
Me too.
What?
And I believe, and I would bet anything with anyone here.
That Stu's the starting goalie in game
Yeah, but
6
we
of the
just
Stanley
gotta
Cup final when we win it.
So Stu's in a jam.
It's in a bit of a pickle. Our boys do.
Hey, he'll work his way out of it. He's a professional.
So he needs some time, and this is where Cal is shy. I'm not saying Cal is our goalie for the run, unless he keeps. If he keeps north of 900, here's a Chalmers. Here's another theoretical for you. If Calvin sticks above 900 in every game he plays, can you go back to Stu?
If Pickard is 905, 905 these next 2 games, they win it in 6, like I believe they will. Game 1 in Dallas, Stuart Skinner is starting.
Still.
I'm not even telling you if that's right or wrong. I'm telling you that is what they would do.
And then if Stu loses, they'll immediately
They'll go right back to Cal.
Okay.
And then it'll go back to winning you're in. But Wanye, here's my counter argument to what you said about you got to get rid of Skinner. Were you a fan of them trading Jordan Eberle?
No.
So you agree that taking the results of a very small playoff sample size and shipping out a good young player is a mistake?
20 games now?
Yeah, but still.
Is that small?
But he's had good games in there. Come on.
You're talking about,
And he was one of the best goalies in the NHL for 3 months this year.
Eberle in one run.
And okay, then you're talking about Stu in 2, and he's 24, 25, whatever he is now.
Yeah, but in playoff years, he's like 31.
That's you see now you're just making up Eberle stuff. That's what they did with Eberle
I didn't
too.
pick up Beverly stuff.
That's what
I
that
mean,
logic.
I'm
That
making
logic
up
is the
Skinner
logic
stuff.
that led to Eberle being traded. Is my point. I don't think
there's some NHLers that play for 12 years and don't get 20 playoff games.
Okay. That doesn't change the fact Stuart Skinner's 24, 25 years old.
How can he be 2 ages at once?
I still, that's
I don't
true.
know which one it
I
is.
still think there's a good goalie in Skinner. I am talking about this playoff run.
Yeah, and I agree for this playoff run. He's 25. There's 26 in November. Happy early birthday. Happy half
November
birthday.
what?
1st.
November for pretty early. pretty early.
I'm just saying any sort of conversation about like Stu can't be the guy going forward. 3 months, top 5, top 3 goalie in the NHL this year. you don't throw that away because he had a rough playoffs.
I saw the barn burner guys talking about us specifically. I believe they were referring to us directly.
They tripped Banjo guy for no reason.
Oilers fans are going to convince themselves that Pickard can like bridge the gap. And he's like, watch them start selling Pickard jerseys. And they all started laughing. And I was like,
But
Pretty rich.
They
considering
should.
They're
I'd
golfing.
buy Pickard
why
jerseys.
not? Like it's also about a moment in time. Sometimes a jersey. Like that's what Letestu was for me.
So we all we want right now, and if we think that Stu's going to have his resurgence later in the playoffs, and we hope to God he does, because that can only help us. Calvin Pickard is doing exactly what we want, and he's done exactly this throughout the regular season.
Correct.
Bag milk. Every time he stepped in, did he not excel? He had like
For the
a
most
few
I wouldn't say
shutouts this
excel.
year,
He probably had a
this
couple
regular
bad
season.
games, but
He must have had a winning record this
stole
season.
a game in
Do you
Dallas.
remember his record
Stole a
this
game in
season?
Dallas.
Stole a game in Dallas, who's scaring the fuck out of me and everything. And when I said to everybody in my
They're
family
scary.
and anybody that would listen, I want Vegas to win this series, and they were like, no, we
Yes,
want Dallas.
yes,
Vegas
yes.
beat us. And I said, you guys. And now in this series, people are going, oh, I want Dallas to win because Colorado beat us. And I'm going, you guys.
I now want Colorado because they're in shambles. Because
Shambellas.
What is the question you have? I've got
Just
Oh,
Pickard,
Pickard
just
goes
like
Iran.
Pickard's regular season stats.
Pickard had 20 starts this season.
Mhm.
He was 12-7-1 with a 909 and a 245 goals against.
That is
That's
exactly
the
what we need.
No, that was with the Oilers.
All this for the Oilers.
Really?
That
That's
was this year with the
exactly
Oilers.
what we need right now. And that's exactly what we're getting. And let's
4-5
let's
goals
just-
against
let's-
average this entire playoffs of
This round.
this round we would have swept.
let's not speculate. He's on Instagram stories.
He was also
Playing words with
I had a
friends.
words with friends move I had to make. So that's on me, guys.
Are things back on with your girl?
No, I'm actually playing words with friends with my real life girlfriend right now.
Oh,
That's no
way worse.
fun.
What's
I
going
know.
on with that other gal you got?
I
going
tried
away?
to start a game with her again like 8 months ago, and she was like not interested. She iced me.
You're
It's all
engaged-
good. She
you're-
probably
she know-
sounds-
she found out
Did you
you're
start a
engaged.
game and also send a message to kind of just say, "Hey there."
I'm back, girl.
Nah, I think she might have found someone her own age, which is good for her. I'm happy.
You've taken this very well.
Yeah,
It's hard
yeah.
to lose your first.
I'd
Yeah.
be upset about it. Young buck like
Mhm.
yourself.
Yeah. This is the first sign that, like, hey, there's one for the rest
You're
of your life.
aging
buddy.
out of her target demo.
Do you ever play with Amber and wish she was the other girl?
Oh yeah, because Amber stinks at it. Yes, I need that challenge. Amber stinks at words with friends. She knows that, but we're working on it.
Would you say she's the Calvin Pickard of Words with Friends, and you're the Stuart?
Nah, because he at least pulls out dubs once in a while.
Well, you just crush Amber every game.
Every time.
What's the fun of it for her to play? She wants to get better.
I
Yeah.
should teach her the ways. Then there's ways.
You should teach her because
There's
playing
so
with Jay
many.
is very
There's
frustrating.
that game is so boring because it's just the same shit over and over again.
Middle.
Yeah.
Oh, you're the worst then.
Jay also pulls out these like 2-letter words that no
Yeah.
one knows what
They
they are.
got to
and yet
get rid of the green check or the red X. You have to not be able to see if it's a word.
Yeah, because Amber and I play a lot of Scrabble just at home on the kitchen table.
It's not easy.
And sometimes she'll play something and I'll have to be like, Amber, show me your letters. There's no way that's the word you're playing. Like, we're working on it. It's a good little project for us.
Show me your letters. That's no way. That's the letter you're playing. I mean, like she misspelt it.
No, like she'll play like
You'll have a better
a 3-letter or a 2-letter word. And I'll be like, Amber, it's like the 4th turn of the game. Like you got to have something better than that.
Look, you have
Yeah.
xylophone.
Yeah.
It's all there.
Yeah,
See?
triple word score.
Or she'll be like,
I see you like to take her down a peg or two.
She goes,
on
I'm
the
doing
reg.
a tile swap. I'm like, Amber, we've been playing for 5 minutes. There's no way you need to do a tile swap right
I
now.
want to get a good start.
Anyways, I really like words with friends and Scrabble.
In real life Scrabble, a fun move to make is the swap to start the game. Like if it's statistically speaking, if you've gone first
Yeah.
and you have shit letters, trading them all in and going second is a good
Mhm.
play.
Mhm.
There you go.
Got something to build
But
off.
you get in real Scrabble, like in Words with Friends, you get double for your first. The first word is a double score no matter what, right? Because you're on the
No,
start.
in
No,
words
you
with
have to-
friends,
you have to spell. It has to be long enough.
it's got to be 5 to hit the double in words with friends. Scrabble is not a double off the gate. It's only double letters on that row.
Okay.
Yep. Pickard would be a good word to play if you could line her up.
I don't think it's a word.
No, probably not.
If you play Pickard, don't ever spell Skinner. He's out.
All right. Anything else on the game tonight?
There's a lot of Oilers doing a lot of ads right now for companies.
That Wem,
Like Jay Woodcroft?
That's weird.
Oh, I just saw
super
super
odd.
What's he flogging there?
Working
Gut tea straight
on
up
the
from.
microbiome.
But
That's like
What is he like?
That's
I'm
like
Jay
one step
Woodcroft,
away from
formerly
Melaleuca.
of Littlest Hobo.
he's one step away from a triangle, like a pyramid, straight up.
Oh, this is what I.
Like
You got-
what are those called? What's name Arbonne is the one of the ones
Amway?
I know. Amway, yeah,
Amway.
Amway is a good way to say it.
But you got the Nuge Wem one where they bring in the clips
Fantastic.
from when he was a kid at the Brick.
Oh, I like that one.
No.
The Nuge Wem commercial is
Looks like a
fantastic.
dork on the ice.
On the broadcast?
I saw it on social.
I saw it on Twitter yesterday.
He's like on Bourbon Street. He's having a drink at first round, but then he goes to the rink.
He's on the rink. He
Shows
takes
clips of him as a kid. And he's like, I've been at West End my whole life. Basically.
He's in a theme room.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Lying back on the bed, all sexy.
Okay,
too.
why did they make him wear a helmet for that 30-second or that 3-second clip on the ice?
Legal reasons.
Oh my god, he's a
He's
professional.
got a
hockey
surfboard in the water
player, crying
park.
out loud.
Yeah.
Still wearing a helmet. My favorite of the things, former Oiler Brendan Perlini, he posted a thing. He's like, I'm now using this whatever blue thing. And it says it increases cognitive ability and clears brain fog. It uses 4 things: methylene blue, caffeine, CBD, nicotine. It's like a super Zin.
Jesus, that's
There's
like
a lot
that's
going
like
on there.
that's like taking a coffee cigarette.
Okay, I mean, we can't get a deal like that. I'd love to endorse a super.
Have you ever wanted to have a smoke and
It's
a
got
coffee at the
cocaine
same
in it, nicotine,
Super Zen.
methamphetamines.
Drink a cigarette.
Anyways, I thought that list
That
of
is a
ingredients.
terrible product.
I'm in for a Super Zen. Let's go.
I saw a guy who did the 9-inning challenge, drank a
Oh,
beer
jeez.
and a 9 milligram Zin every inning.
No, was it a 9 milligrams?
Yeah.
God, I would.
He was pretty blue.
But it was a hot dog. It was a 9. It was
No,
a
I
hot
don't think
dog.
he did
I know. I didn't see the hot
I
dog.
think it was 1 Zin, 1 hot dog, 1 beer per inning.
How would you even? He's like, this game's going pretty fast in the 7th. He's like, oh god, it was pretty. Good.
Dead in the 5th inning.
I can't believe that like they do the 999 too, like tall boys. Like that's so much beer to drink in like
So
2.5
much beer.
hours. I could
I
not.
would be vomiting for sure.
I'd get to 4 or 5 and I'd be like, I'm done. I was talking with someone at our office here who was at the game the other night, and they were like, yeah, I woke up this morning like surprisingly hungover, but I only had 5 beers at the game. I'm like, dude, that's the equivalent of drinking more than a 6-pack.
That's
Like,
100 ounces.
yeah, like that's so much beer. And he was like, oh yeah, I guess so.
Have you ever thought of making nation golf tournament into like a super qualifier event?
Oh.
A super qualifier
Chalmers.
event is if you drink a certain amount, you get like
It's-
-1.
To qualify your score. So we used to play in this tournament. We will do it again at some point.
It was very good.
So you would have to qualify your score. You'd have to have 3 drinks on the front nine.
On the
If
front
you
nine.
don't have those 3 drinks, you actually have to add a stroke to your score. And I think if it was 4 or 5, if you'd stretched it, then you super qualified and you got to take 1 off your score.
Just like live.
Mhm.
It's very live.
Yeah. Just
And
like,
so you do that also on the back 9, qualify, super qualify.
It's a good time. Everybody probably does that.
So
at the
no,
nation.
for legal reasons, Chalmers.
No,
liability
good point.
reasons,
Yep,
we
never
cannot
thought
do
of that.
Now, if your group decides to do that on their own recognizance,
But it won't.
and they have their own means of transportation, third-party transportation home, then they can do whatever they want.
We at the Nation Network encourage you to golf responsibly.
We're going to pause for a quick legal break.
that.
All right, back on the Real Life Podcast. Let's get to our daily segment that is brought to you by Great Clips. More than 4,400 hair salons across Canada and the United States. They are locally owned and operated and open 7 days a week. That means you can get your haircut when you want it, including, or you can also use the Great Clips check-in app. Your time is valuable. See the wait time, check in on your phone, and get your haircut again when you want. For more information, check out greatclips.com. Great Clips. It's going to be great.
I know you have a predetermined thing for this,
Yep.
but I'll also have a secondary
Okay.
one.
Keeping or cutting, Jay? What is your thing?
You go first. I'll do it last.
Any forward in the Oilers lineup that you want to cut out of the lineup, or do they keep the lineup the same? Warren Fogle played a team low in game 4, was not on the ice all that much.
Oh, it's my bad.
Janmark got a couple of shifts up with Ryan McLeod. I know we know they're going with the same lineup in game 5, but is that the right call? Is there someone you would have cut out of the lineup? Maybe the birthday boy, Corey Perry?
Are you going to ask all of us? I can give my
Sure.
my
There you go.
71.
You're cutting Ryan McLeod.
He just has been super ineffective. I know he's got the speed, but like I think he needs to be sat down and just and have a timeout. You know, as
I
you
think
would
that'd
do
be a
to a
mistake.
child. You know what I mean?
I think there are players in the lineup doing significantly less than him.
Okay, who?
Warren Fogle, Connor Brown, Corey Perry.
I think we got to see
Corey
Carrick
Perry
in
did
the
that
lineup.
stick thing though.
Corey Perry.
Oh, there we go.
I think we need Carrick in the lineup. Like, we're winning right now, so whatever. But we got to get Carrick back in the lineup.
Ryan, the
McCl-
answer? Did the syrup industry get to you? That they lobbied you to say this on his
Mhm.
behalf?
They did.
Big diabetes is after me. I'll start promoting.
At least
sugar.
Ryan McLeod, positionally, good defensive center, doesn't give up a lot when he's on the ice. I like that. He's frustrating because he doesn't hit and doesn't go to the net and all that stuff. But at least there's like a positive there. It's like, hey, good defensively. You need a good defensive center. Cool. Corey Perry hasn't done shit all except for wave a stick in front of Brock Besser.
That's pretty cool.
He actually looks like he doesn't have the ability anymore. And I hate to
skate.
say this to,
Doesn't
keep
wanna
up
move.
to playoff
And this-
hockey speed.
This
I know,
was him
it's-
all
And
regular
it's
season.
sad because I really like him.
I love the idea of Corey.
I love
Perry
the
on that team.
idea of Corey Perry.
I thought this was going to be his time, actually. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where the worm would come out and he would score clutch goals.
But
and-
is he a good person to have with Kane? Because Kane, although he has not get on the score sheet a whole lot, has been playing really well.
that's why I like
He's making timely hits. And,
Yeah.
and when you see them, and we remember that fight, brothers fight, right? They get into each other. Well, you see them talk a lot on the bench. They are constantly with you. Like, is he the voice of reason to keep Kane on that line between being effective and being what we used to think Zach Cassian was when he could either win you a game by being a nuisance or he could lose it by being a liability, right? And Kane, he has a little bit of those tendencies, in my opinion.
Yeah, maybe just keeping him focused. Kane's been huge. He was a huge part of that game-winning goal.
He
Outside
was
of
the
the,
game. He was the fucking awesome. It was so
outside
good.
of that double minor in the first period, I thought he's also been doing a good job of
And
like
that was like
walking the line but
Yeah.
not crossing it.
You
that
got to
was
try.
so easily avoided.
You got to try real hard to high stick Tyler Myers. That head is up there.
Yes.
touche.
So would you cut anyone out of the lineup? You want to get Carrick in? Who'd be your guy? I'd take Brown out for Carrick. No problem.
I would take Brown up.
I would take Brown over Carrick.
But Fogle, like you need to.
I mean, I said that
You
last
need
game.
to talk
so-
about like that. He's driving me. You watch him. and
Can
I'm like,
we-
just enter playoff mode in your brain, please?
if no other reason to take Derek Ryan out, and I love
No,
the guy
Derek
as a person.
Ryan is awesome.
DR's doing his thing.
Losing the most timely face-off, you were put out there for
If you're gonna
one
single out
reason.
one moment, but like what
What
about all
else?
the-
Okay,
they were perfect on the penalty kill again.
And that
That's a
fourth
huge part
line,
of it.
He makes the smart play 100% of the
and
time.
he's a sneaky prick.
sneaky prick.
the Oilers have figured out the antidote to the entry, hey, to that fast entry. They are killing them on the power play entry. Like just
we do that with every
It's
team.
Connor McDavid. Yeah.
no. We on our penalty kill has
Oh.
figured out how to stop the
Their
opponent's entry because we bottle them up right at the blue line, and it's working great. I mean,
And
that
they don't have
4-minute
time
kill
to-
was like
Crazy.
that's some of the best hockey, some
Like
of the most
that-
fun hockey I've watched in a
Like
while.
that saved the series. Like
It was
they,
great.
They score one, they could score two. But even if they score one, that derails all of because it was 0-0 at the time, or was it 1-0?
It was 1-0.
Nothing. You know who we're
Again, we just keep letting Vancouver, and still an issue. We keep letting Vancouver think they can win still, and we did it last game.
You know who's a big part of that penalty kill? Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Ryan McLeod, the two players you've been talking some mad shit about. How about Ryan Nugent? Maybe it's the Chalmers curse.
Maybe that's you got to call everybody up.
I couldn't have been more proud of how everybody is happy with Nuge right now because he scored an amazing goal. There is
vintage
he was fantastic on the penalty kill. And like I said, I tweeted this out because like people were giving it to me. Oh, your boy Nuge, like there he is. Nobody in this world wants to see him succeed more than I do.
No, BM probably does.
Yeah,
Okay,
thank
maybe BM does.
President CEO.
But just like when you give your kid shit for not back checking and then he does it the next game,
Yeah.
nobody's happier than you. And I was super happy. There's still a few areas of weakness. When he goes into the corners, he is I sent a picture onto our group chat. He is actively trying to avoid contact when he's the first man in.
That's not entirely true with him.
It's
Well, a little bit
pretty
that play looks
true.
bad.
In
there's
LA
there's still some of that.
Against LA, he was all over Drew Doughty. He was getting in the mix. I think, I don't know.
Okay.
It's a little
Listen,
cherry pick.
I think the
great
case,
goal. Matthias Ekholm makes a hit.
Case in point. Take a hit to make a
Take
play.
a hit to make a play.
Matthias Ekholm, the definition of taking a hit to make a play.
But also
shout out to Noah Juleson for putting himself way out of position.
to see 97 and 93 streaking through the neutral zone with the speed that they had and the anticipation.
The kahunas to look off 97.
I was gonna
you got low blocker on lock.
I was gonna say,
especially like
and he
minutes
was
after Draisaitl didn't look off Cody Ceci.
Although unbelievable tweet, and I'm sorry for whoever sent it. I don't remember.
Dimitri.
Oh yeah, it was. He wasn't trying to pass to Cece. He was trying to pass to Ian Cole.
Oh no, I thought you meant the one where it was the meme where it was like, "Moo?"
Oh, the me. Yeah, that was good. But no, someone else tweeted. It was like, no. He wasn't looking for Cece. He was looking for Ian Cole. That one was good. I'm feeling good about the Oilers.
I'm very happy.
I'm
very bullish.
I was a little fickle going into game 4. I came out of it like, what an amazing, like to make Vancouver think they could win and then just snatch it back in regulation with like less than a minute to go.
We almost hugged.
We might have. I don't know. I almost fainted. I was like, I got up and I was so excited.
Me and sales guy Jared had a big hug. Big hug.
If you guys hugged, then it's J1, your dad 0.
Not true.
In
We
hug
hugged.
tally.
No. We hugged after. Well, it was hand on shoulder, which might have been the same thing we did. But we hand on shouldered after David Desharnais scored against San Jose. I'll never forget.
Hand on shoulder.
Whose hand on whose shoulder?
My hand on his shoulder.
Wow, so you're the dad.
Well, no, I also put my hand on my dad's shoulder. He didn't. It wasn't given both ways, but I counted as a hug.
You and him are just
It
standing
scored-
like
it
this.
scored as a hug.
Yeah, I think this is how your Remchuk's hug.
He let it happen, so it counts as a hug.
Yeah, that was a great moment, and
but-
so was the Bouchard winner.
So big. This is a big game.
Mhm.
Big game.
Is there any
tonight.
conflict for you when Bouchard scores a goal like that? Or are you just like, this is what I'm talking about?
Oh,
He's
man.
bad
Everyone
defensively.
always comes out. I've never discounted his offense. I don't like his defense. Now, I know the stats and stuff are looking good, and he is better, but he is still easy to get knocked off the puck. But he's a big reason why we're winning. I will happily admit that. And he
Yesterday,
is scoring timely goals.
so 5 game-winning goals for Evan Bouchard over the last 3 playoff runs. No, or only one other
That's a
defenseman.
small sample size, though, Tyler.
3 playoffs?
I don't know.
He's being
What do you
sarcastic.
think?
That's 40 games, Jay.
He's being
Rascal,
sarcastic.
May as well just call him Bobby Orr now. You just, yeah.
He's
You
right up
see
there
the
with
point-
Bobby Orr for
Brian
most
Leach.
points to start his playoff career.
You see the poise he has at the blue line with that puck?
His patience is like his superpower and also sometimes his weakness. But
He's
maybe
got-
his
You,
superpower.
when
Also, how
Stewart's-
young his mom looks? Did you see the tweet?
Nope.
There's a photo of him and his mom, and everyone's like, wow, Bouchard's sister. It was his mom.
Good for
Bouchard's
Mrs.
mom's
Bouchard.
got immortality.
you're going to eat your words when Stuart Skinner plays lights out in the conference finals.
I will be very happy. I'm talking about right now.
Mhm.
Getting through
yeah,
this
yeah, and you
series.
want to trade him because of the playoffs.
I said that?
No, I'm saying you did.
These two start hugging. They may
Oh
take it up
my
a notch with their
God.
sexual tension in this podcast.
Well, I don't know what happened. We started kissing.
Like,
Bouchard, though, when he's got the puck on
Skinner,
his stick, on
game
the blue
6
line,
shutout in Edmonton
Ridiculous.
conference finals. You and I at the game together,
The best.
we'd kiss.
What the fuck? They're outlining what scenarios.
Jesus.
It's their new bet.
Yeah, no.
One of you is grooming one of you, and I don't know which is which.
I can't figure it out
There's a
either.
crime in progress.
Oh,
I
big
just can't
time.
figure out who's the defendant.
Big time. Like, it's a good, like, once we get through this series, if we win this series, Pickard has started every game.
If this guy with the
Sorry.
ifs.
That is a good call out. Thank you. When we win this series, it's Pickard starting every game.
I would also say yes
This
to that,
series. Yeah, just I'm talking about.
but
this
I would also
series.
say it's not 100%.
Well, no. Wow, that was bold. How brave of you to have the courage to say
Holy fuck.
something
If you guys are
so
talking,
hot.
if you guys are talking about people who are having a huge impact on this series, you're forgetting somebody key. Have you seen this fucking guy with the VR in the moss pit?
What is
Oh, man.
going on there?
That guy fucks.
And
Hey,
he's
dude.
playing
That slice game, isn't he?
He's playing Beat
whatever.
Saber.
Yeah, Beat
So-
Saber.
Beat what?
It's called Beat
Oh,
Saber.
it's a
So
fun
what you
game.
do is
Drums?
when you're in it, no, it's
Well, it
actually
looks like you're playing the
you
drums.
have lightsabers in each hand. and blocks fly forward. And as the blocks fly forward, they have an arrow on them and you have to cut them that way.
Oh,
and it
shit.
goes up, down, left, right. But also
AB,
walls
select
come
start?
at you. No, that's Contra, isn't it?
The footage
Super
of him
Contra.
doing that though
Oh.
is like going viral in the States.
Okay, but
I saw
so-
accounts putting that shit out.
was he there 2 days in a row? Because my son,
He is
who
there 2 days.
is a Beat Saber wizard,
Oh,
was like, I said, look at this guy with the VR. What is he doing? And my son goes, that's the same footage as last game.
No, he did 2 games.
So it was 2 games in a row. Okay. And I'm like, what is he doing? And my son's like, he's playing Beat Saber. And I'm like,
It's cool that you know that.
yeah. So it was,
I
I mean,
only ever played one VR game, and it was that. And I was like, that is.
did you play it at my house? Yeah, he played at my house.
It's- buddy, these VR, like, it is insane.
Dude, my son plays, okay. He plays Fortnite all the time on a gaming console.
Sure.
He asked me if he could get this game. It's like a first person shooter. It's just like Call of Duty. It's called like Sabers of something. I don't know. I'm like, sure. I go, but I need to see what it looks like. You put it on. I was almost falling over. I was dizzy. I mean, you're in a legitimate war zone with a gun and you're like, people are shooting at you. And it is one of the most freaky experiences.
so did you let him get it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sure did.
You
I've
kid.
never played
He
VR
could use a little
ever.
toughening up, to be honest. And listen,
Nothing.
when the world goes
like
to
army.
shit, at least one of us is going to be able to protect our family
that's true.
because it ain't going to be me. Don't even know how to shoot a gun.
I've never put on a VR headset ever.
Dude, it is. I've played a lot of the VR stuff. We have the baseball game. Oh, man, like cartoon baseball.
Oh, is it fun?
It is so great. And the
Can I come
golf,
over?
What
it's
system
all
you
so
got?
much fun. Yeah. The Meta Quest.
Oh, you got one of those.
Yeah. The I don't even know.
Oculus?
Oculus?
Meta Quest. It says the app that I pay for stuff on is called Meta Quest.
Yeah, you got Oculus.
So, and when I put on that one game, I got vertigo like you would not believe. I had to go lean up against
It's real, man.
the couch so that I knew at least where I was and that I wouldn't fall over.
And
Yeah.
That kid can just play beatbox right in the middle of the moss pit.
Crazy. Yeah.
That kid's got it going on.
But he was also doing that. Our one of our social media guys, Eli, posted a picture of that guy like an hour and a half before puck drop, playing his VR in the moss pit still.
If that's what you're known for, play your card. It's a moment in
Brand,
time.
lean into it.
Yeah, that's
Find your
fair.
niche and lean into
I
it.
love all the hilarious like people in the Marvel universe that like Mama Stanley and Banjo Guy and VR Kid, like
I know.
all these people together. I don't know what compels people to do this sort of
And
thing.
when
the Moss Pit, so they've done a good job because there's been less, like, there's a couple tilts, but like there's been less drama.
it's hard to police.
There's been so much amazing, good, just humanity
The
stuff.
dancing footage of those kids
Oh.
and everyone around in the corner going like this.
That is what the Moss Pit is all about.
So my 19-year-old niece goes to the Moss Pit for every game.
Cool.
Yeah. And she, and I worry about her, right? Like she's 19 years old. I'm worried
Yeah.
about her. You're like, fucking that place. She said, it's great. She says there's like, she's also with a group of friends and there's some dudes there, but like to protect, just,
yeah,
I mean, if shit goes down, you're going to want a group
These kids
of
have all
crew.
been VR army for years. They're ready to go if shit happens.
No,
Dancing
this is
in
my
a
nieces.
circle.
No. They're no. But she doesn't feel unsafe one bit, like not one bit.
No,
And I was obviously worried about it because I fucking follow shit that always shows me stupid fights.
Yeah,
and
you just see
then you just think it's just constant fights.
People are there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. But it's she loves it. She
Like we
keeps,
used to go to the bar all the
she
time
wears
and we
Waz
fights
out.
and we felt safe.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
We were safe.
Because we were
Awesome.
safe.
And we remain awesome.
and we had dudes to protect us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and dudes are there. Thank God there's dudes here.
All right, we're going to wrap up the show with a little bit of betting talk for our friends at Bet365, the largest sports betting platform globally. You can open an account today and use the promo code OILYBONUS to get in on a huge range of markets. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Again, that promo code for you, OILY, OILY, bonus. OILY bonus, one word. Sign up today at Bet365. Gentlemen, should we do what we do before every game in our group chat?
Hey, how did we do on the last one?
Were you in on it?
You haven't been in? No.
No. I wasn't into the window kit, but I made a leg.
Oh, that was, we just kind of, I don't know.
Are we not betting those things? Remember last podcast you put it on there and then it was like
one is in our group chat.
Yeah, we do one.
Wait.
and then
you have another group chat without me?
Yes.
Yeah,
The
it's called,
four of you?
it's called the Orca Killers. No, it's
Slayers.
Orca Slayers. It's me, BM, Jay, and
It
Liam.
changes on the team that we're playing.
Yeah.
The Beach Boys went to LA.
Yeah.
Wanye, did you know about this group chat with
I'm not part of the road trips, Playboy.
Yeah, you're not either.
All right. So
I know. I want to be a part of the Winter Kids.
what's everyone like tonight? Give me a leg.
So in this genres, the logic
No,
is
but-
money line is automatic. As
I-
part of
Money
any-
line's
I don't want another fucking group
So
chat.
we got
I'm
money
just
line?
kidding with that. But I want
Well,
to
We
know
weren't
how,
inviting you to the group
how
chat. We're
we
inviting
did.
you to give us a leg for right
I'm
now.
gonna go if
I don't
I
remember.
can we find Holloway Point?
because I said Nuge over half a goal and he scored.
They don't have Holloway Point.
They don't have Holloway Point.
You guys are the worst.
Matthias Ekholm Point.
The worst.
That exists.
Do you want to do that? That'll be my.
Okay, your leg's an Ekholm Point.
Mhm.
BM, you got some?
Is there a McLeod point on there?
No.
Let me go Leon over 3.5 shots.
Ooh,
We're going shots.
Leon. Whoa, this
I
thing
love
is-
the same game parlay.
Can we go? Can I go?
Tyler, do you think they're out of H's at the Oilers store because of all the Victor Fast jerseys they sell?
Nobody can tell me they're not selling them.
I know I have 4.
Let's go with Hyman anytime goal
Hyman anytime goal.
because he is due.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
My
wanna
boy
be-
is skating. I'm not producing right now, but that is fine because they are on him.
Fuego in the
Okay,
playoffs.
and then
Yeah, it's my leg now. I'm debating a couple of things here.
The thing with Zach Hyman, though, even when he's not scoring goals, is he does so many other things well.
Yeah.
he just owns
The way he
puck
protects
in
the puck down
ozone.
low
Oh, yeah.
is just a masterclass. Kids should be watching Zach Hyman how to protect the puck.
I honestly believe that Leon putting that puck in from there is about
Unbelievable,
the most
All right.
impressive thing. But I believe that that's even remotely open due to two factors. Number one, that Connor gains middle ice and takes 3 defenders with him, but that
At all
Hyman
times.
is on that left post.
Mhm.
I think
Hyman
those
knows
two
exactly where to
factors-
be.
And they also got to respect the Bouchard shot.
Oh yeah, I mean the
What
power
are you
play
thinking?
is just-
Leon goal? What do you
I
think?
did Hyman over 3.5 shots.
I'm in.
Oh my God, I hit Hyman 4+ points, not 4+ shots. No wonder this thing's so damn juicy.
What are we doing?
That's-
Yeah, Hyman shots. I'm shots.
I'm in. Oh, that's tasty.
Hyman shots.
4, and
So
we're
the
going-
same game parlay. Where's Hyman shots?
Do we need to ask Liam's permission first before you guys
It's
make this
plus
bet?
1,600.
Yeah,
so
We'll have to get his leg before we
money
lock this
line
thing in.
Oilers.
Money line, Leon Draisaitl over
Pause
3.5.
that. Pause that. Just
Dang
in
it.
case. Money line Edmonton. Ekholm over 0.5 points. So to get a point.
Hyman anytime
Leon
goal.
over 3.5 shots. Hyman to score. Hyman over 3.5 shots.
Yeah.
Correct.
Plus 1,600.
Yes.
Correct.
And there's a profit boost. 30% profit boost on it.
Correct.
Hit the fire.
Okay.
We can't do profit boost.
Oh, so that's plus 1,600.
Yeah. Giddy up. I'm excited for that one.
I like it.
What?
We good?
Can I tell you guys?
Shut.
Can I tell you guys a quick story before we wrap?
Can't say that.
You got a great story?
No, it's not great. It's actually going to depress everybody.
Oh, perfect. Tell
Oh,
that
that's
story
great. I
then.
love that story.
Yeah, that's great.
No, it's not going to depress you guys. It's going to make
Is it
you.
about Luke Bryan?
Nope.
Oh.
So I have a rental property, basement suite, upstairs suite.
Cool, I
People
didn't know
upstairs
that.
move. People upstairs move out. I say to the people in the basement, you know what?
You're ready for the top
5
floor?
years in there, you need some windows. Why don't we move you upstairs?
Same rent?
Same rent.
What?
No. Same rent as upstairs. And they go, yeah, we've been dying to move out.
It would have been so funny if they were like, oh no,
No.
basement.
we're mole people.
And then I say, do you know anybody that would want the basement? They go, yeah. Great transition.
These are the best tenants ever.
Best ever. And they've been there for 5 years. It's great.
That's the dream.
They move in upstairs and the people in the basement aren't going to move in for about a month because I'm going to give them a month just because.
Yeah.
They live in there for 3 weeks and I go into the basement to start getting the basement ready for them.
Yeah.
And I hear, I'm like, oh, middle of the day, somebody's taking a shower. No big deal. I hear the water coming down the pipe in the furnace room. I leave, come back the next day. What's the chances somebody's taking a shower again the exact same time?
Is it the turlet?
I go, huh.
The
Okay.
turlet.
I leave for an hour and a half. I come back with a bunch of supplies. Somebody still showering, or is it just like,
Are these the
what
cleanest
is
people
going
in the
on?
world?
I go upstairs, I knock on the door. I say, hey, just need to check and see if everything's okay with the plumbing in the bathroom because I hear water running. I go to the toilet, it is running. I go, how long has this been doing this? Oh, since the day we moved in. 3 weeks ago.
Oh no.
I go, Excuse me?
Oh, no.
Water bill.
I go, come again?
I'm surprised Epcor didn't call you again.
Yeah, make sure.
I left.
Please didn't show up. Make sure no.
I left. I shut the water off. I left. I went to the Home Depot to get a new float. I got a phone call from Epcor while I'm driving. And they say, we have noticed that you've been using an ungodly amount of water this month.
Could have filled my pool, Chalmers.
I said, yeah, thanks. I'm going to fix it. What's the numbers? Well, we can't tell you that. We don't know. Blah, blah, blah. I go and fix it. $15 part. I got the water bill yesterday. The water bill in that house is usually around $420.
What? That's a lot.
It's a lot.
Double tenants, so up and down,
upper
right?
floor, basement
A lot of
floor,
people.
Lower.
upper lower,
Double
$400.
decker.
Yeah, upper decker, lower
400.
deckers.
Electricity's usually around 2. Total utilities around 6.
Yep.
What do you think?
900.
1,000
$2,000.
bones.
$5,000.
I once got charged 30,000, so I know it's not that much.
$3,800
God!
for the water bill
Oh my
What?
God, man.
for 1 month.
All right, these aren't the best tenants ever.
So
So I go to them and I say, didn't you notice something? Oh, I just thought that's what the toilet did.
I thought
said,
that's how upstairs
that's the
people
exact
live.
same toilet you've had in the basement for 5 years.
And they're like, Mr. Chris, I was so scared being above ground.
oh my.
I assume
We
they
thought
call
there
you-
was the
And
gravity.
There's no recourse. Like you have to eat that.
Epcor's
That's
not
not
going to do
true.
so.
That's not true. My contract says that if you
fuck up.
notice that there is a deficiency or an well, I can't even think of the word now.
Irregularity.
An irregularity, something that needs to be fixed in the house.
But they
To
can just say they didn't
alert-
notice it.
How do you not notice it? You've lived in the house for 5 years with
They
the exact
think it's
same
normal.
toilet.
Chalmers, you left them
Why is it
underground
normal?
too
That's
long.
good luck trying to fight that one.
You
if
left
that's
them
the case.
underground.
So you have the exact same toilet on the basement and the upper floor.
Common sense
She
doesn't
goes,
apply
oh
in these
yeah, I
situations."
thought that was weird that it sounded like that. I just thought it was normal.
To be fair,
Common
you're still making money on the whole thing. So
In what way?
That's like 4 years profit.
That's like
Drain.
that's like the whole year. Right there.
it's not the whole
Yeah.
year, Chalmers.
Yeah, it's like the whole year. The whole benefit. You don't make that much money.
Yeah, it's about paying
Paying
off
the
the
mortgage.
It's about paying off the mortgage.
Yeah.
That thing flows like a couple $100 a month.
Not when that happens.
And I usually sink that couple $100 back into like
Well, the
tenant
bonds.
improvements, like helping them with
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
That right there is what we like to call a fisting.
A Derek Ryan to Niels Hogelander.
Whip. So if you see me walking around with my cowboy hat, and you call out Cowboy Chris, and you think I'm walking different, oh, I am. Because I took it so far up the hoop in the last couple days. I don't even know how I feel right now. I don't know what's up, what's down.
That's
Tom-
a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
Chalmers, I'm going to give you
It was
a.
like $800.
Like, did this not happen like a month ago?
This happened like 3 weeks ago, like 4 weeks ago. But I don't get my Epcor bills paper anymore. So now I get them like on the 13th.
So these are the same tenants that it happened to a month ago.
Yeah.
You know what they got to do to fix this? They got to come up with like a governor on a golf cart. If your toilet starts running that fast, you can't have a shower. Like
Yeah.
you have a certain amount of water you're entitled to every month in this unit.
So Epcor.
Get it right back.
Oh, Epcor. I use 45 cubic meters of water every month
Flex.
in that house. That's not a flex. That month I use 600. Maybe want to alert me at 90? If we're averaging 45 every month and we double that, don't you think that's a good time to say, hey, something might be
Are
wrong?
there alerts for such things? I don't know. I'm just asking.
Why wait until
Probably
I'm
not.
10 times over? 8 times over. I'm just very
That's tough.
unhappy.
Well, because it's all because you get nailed for the water costs and then
And the drainage. Dude, the water was $1,500. The drainage was $1,900.
yeah.
They
Like,
get you coming and going.
So the hack for the pool,
And then-
if I ever decide to do it, is bring in a water truck and fill it with a water truck, so you don't have to pay the drainage.
yeah. And then the delivery, like it's a
Put all the water in.
If I call Epcor and they don't do something about it, I straight up going to change my
Anytime
provider.
I go to someone's house.
Can you change water providers, or is that only gas and electricity? Can you change water providers, or is it only gas and
What, you gonna
electricity?
dig for a well on your
You
land?
should take it for a while.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
I just paid for literally what's 20,000? What's 3,500 percentage of 20,000?
What?
Like what's the percentage that
7,000?
no
35% of 20,000? Is that what you said?
no $3,800 is what percentage of $20,000? I just paid that much of a well.
20%.
I just paid 20% of a well
You know what I do, Tyler? I have
in a month.
I have 2 buckets at Wanye, man.
Mhm.
And I walk about a block to the river every morning, and I let out the yesterday's bucket, and then I scoop up the new bucket for the day ahead, and then by next morning I got the slop bucket full and the clean bucket's empty.
And in the winter, it's how you get your ice.
Chop a hole.
Well, on that note, good show today, everybody. That was
really.
entertaining. I thought that was actually really good. We yelled about the Oilers, got a great real life
Which is
story.
rare.
I got 2 turns in my Words with Friends game. Productive.
I took my son golfing last night for the first time, not missing baseball one bit. It was the most glory. We were listening to country music, golfing in a golf cart, and it was just us. Nobody else on the golf course because it was a little drizzly.
Well, that's the
I
best.
believe that I met the closest thing to heaven last night. And that's the only way that I'm still around after $3,800 worth of water in 1 month.
Jesus, that's a lot of water.
It's a lot
That
of
sucks,
goddamn
Charles.
water.
It just still seems like it shouldn't even be that much. So how long was it doing? 6 weeks?
3 weeks.
So it's just constantly running.
Constantly
So
running.
it's
Like
having the
you
tap
take
on the whole
you
time.
take like, it's about the same size of hose as like a fridge, right? So just imagine that thing. You're pushing that into the drain for 3 straight weeks.
Like a big
3
brother challenge.
And mix that with all the flushes and the 3 weeks.
Mm.
You didn't think to call
Can
me
you
after
even-
1
Can
week?
you even flush because it's not filling
It's full.
the tank?
The float didn't go. So what's happening is as the float doesn't go up because it's stuck, the water gets up. But then there's that little hole in the top where
The emergency drain.
the emergency drain. So the water just starts going down in there while it's still filling.
Oh wow.
I know.
Wow.
I know.
You just almost wish it flooded so they could be like, oh, toilet's messed.
I don't know what I'm gonna tell
have to
Epcor
call
something
them every
ungodly
I don't know,
happened.
Chalmers, you might have a tough case there because they can.
So what do you have to What do you have to do? You have to go check the toilet every other
Yeah,
day?
your perimeter.
But that's exactly. That's their responsibility. It's in the contract. Like you
Your
have to,
before
is it
bed
though?
perimeter check, Chalmers?
it is in mine.
The perimeter check you do at Casa Chalmers before you go to bed
Yeah.
ends with 2 phone calls now.
Look, I don't make very
Top
many
10
mistakes in a rental contract. One mistake I ever made, I'll never make again. No outside appliances are allowed to be run if I'm paying the utilities. This includes
Tanning bed.
portable air conditioners.
Air fryers.
No,
Oh.
that's fine.
Okay.
A portable air conditioner that you're going to run 24/7 in the fucking winter or in the summertime.
I have one. And
We'll have to keep the meth
Well,
lab warm.
Chalmers, and the unfortunate thing is because you have the 2 renters. Normally, you would just say you're responsible for utilities. but you
That's
can't
the
do
problem. And I didn't split when I built the place, I didn't get 2 separate feeds. I didn't get 2 separate meters. So I can't separate them. So normal rentals, they sign up, they put their name on that. But I
So-
can't do that.
But if the language in the contract is how you say it, I think you might have a tough time. But maybe you can work out some kind of long-term payment plan to get it back.
Yeah, we're talking. We're discussing.
Yeah.
They've been great, and I don't want to be
That's good.
mad,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna fucking make
Well,
them
you're
pay the
just
whole.
mad because
There's
you
no
just had to
chance I
shell
make them
that
pay the
money.
whole thing.
Because
It's just it's a tough
do
pill to
do they
swallow.
just take the money out of your account like it's done?
Epcor?
Yeah.
No, like I gotta pay that bill.
No,
like
but they do an EFT or do you pay it?
I
old
pay it.
school?
I pay it old school. I've never used an EFT.
I got one like last summer and it was like $4,000 and I was like, what the hell? And I call, I'm like, this is wrong. And they're like, oh, sorry, no, we just haven't billed you, but somehow we missed billing you for 6 months. And I was like, oh, that still sucked, even though I owe them money.
It's a crazy
But they were
world we
right.
live in.
They're right. They did there was something with like the meter reading or something. They didn't have someone come out or something. But anyways,
All right. Good
I
pod.
cannot wait for tonight, boys. Let's fucking go.
let's flood them.
See you all on Monday.